Hello, people.
Hi.
This is Girlfriends on Radio.
Hello.
And with me, this is Ungozi, by the way, and I have a full house again.
Yeah.
So, who's going first now?
Me. My week last week was so off the chain. Yes, that's what. Well, isn't that how it starts? Was off the chain. I learned so much, and I'm not the same person that was here last week. So just take it that way. I know that 2014 is going to be the best year ever for me, for my family, for my business.
I thought there was something different about her. She had a red shirt on. She was just glowing.
She's like, I'm not even joking. Okay, go ahead.
So this is like the best year ever in every way. So, and yes. All this from WAFBEC 2014, West African Faith Leaders Convention.
It was wonderful.
It was more than wonderful.
Yeah, I think there's no English word really. Maybe I should enter my dialect.
Cool. That would be interesting.
I've forgotten this.
Are you serious? I'm telling you. It's been diluted. I don't even know which one I am anymore. Okay, I know.
My week was interesting. It was interesting. You know, when things happen to you, you find out just how strong you are, how much you can withstand, how much you can survive and overcome. So it's been one of those weeks, basically.
So a lot of learning, right?
Yeah, definitely.
I think Shei's week just speaks for the rest of it. No, you have some special flavor to your own.
Yes.
Yeah.
From Monday to Friday, I blushed.
You blushed.
My life is just very interesting.
Hallelujah.
And last week I was, oh my God. I don't even know what to say.
Since she's lost for words, Ngozi, please help us.
I don't even know. I know you can understand that. Like, I'm not even trying to make this up. Last week was just, I couldn't concentrate at work.
This is serious.
I couldn't concentrate at work half of the time. I don't know what you're talking about, but I couldn't concentrate at work.
You know, February is the month to meet people.
Yes, so it
and
is.
Today's February 1st now.
Yes, now.
Did I meet the person today?
This person must have faith.
I don't even know who I met that we're talking
February.
Wait, who did I meet? Anyway,
I
my
thank
week was
God.
good.
We all had a wonderful week. Obviously, I know it's stronger and everybody's better for it.
Yeah.
And yes, we're on course for the new year.
Yeah.
And so we're going to be talking about something that people accuse women for. Okay, wait. Not just that some people accuse us for it, and there's some people commend us for being able to multitask.
Yay.
So we're going to be talking about it from our own personal experiences, and you can share with us what you think about it as well. We'll go on a musical break now, and then when we come back, we'll talk about multitasking as women.
So we are back, and we're talking about multitasking. And the most interesting fact of the thing is that it's actually a myth scientifically. Yes. Neuroscientists have let us know after much research that you can't do everything at the same time. Because that is what multitasking is really about. Doing things at the same time. Simultaneously. Impossible.
But seriously?
Seriously, yeah. So what the brain actually does is that it changes from one task to the other very rapidly. So you think you're doing that at the same time, but it's not possible.
It has to stop.
It has to stop and then refocus and all that.
It's interesting, you know, because I even actually read that that's what a computer does. You know, when computers, they say, okay, you can do like
there's an operating
different
system called
things,
multitasking.
you know, at the same time. But actually, the computer uses 1/5 of a second to do one particular thing.
Don't forget.
Another 1/5 of the same second. So you feel it's not actually at the same time. So it starts all those things, you know, like you could do 5 different things in 1 second. You know, so that's why when you're doing too many things, it actually slows the computer down too.
Don't forget that the brain is actually a supercomputer.
Really?
Okay.
Yes, the brain is a supercomputer.
Yeah. Supercomputer.
Yes, a supercomputer, and the part that takes care of all it's called the executive process. Yeah, give me a round of applause. It's called the executive process, and when it's changing, it's called something interference. I can't remember the first part of that.
Okay.
But you know,
Something
several people have been in interviews and they are asked the same question: Can you multitask? In fact, even if they don't ask explicitly, they're like, "Can you do so and so?" And sometimes we get on the job and then they ask us to do this and do that and do that, and then turn it around in the next 2 hours.
Yeah.
You know what I have seen from experience and what I've heard from scientists is really I think it has a negative effect eventually if you are prone to multitasking, because you cannot concentrate fully on one task and you're thinking about doing another. So you don't give your 100% to a single task, and then you end up, devaluing
because the more you do, the less you're able to concentrate on all the things you want to do at the
so
same
it's not
time.
necessarily, it's not a bad thing, but it's not necessarily a positive attribute in a human being.
Hello people, and this is Girlfriends on Radio. And before we went on a break, we were talking about being a student and having to multitask when you have papers and then you really haven't jacked much. And you have the next paper the next day, and maybe you have 2 papers or something the next day. How then do you treat that one? If you cannot multitask, how then do you treat that one?
Or sometimes, all these discussions really, really help people. If you haven't read much and then you now go somewhere and you now sit down and have a bunch of people you talk to about the paper, you talk about different aspects of it. It really, really helps. I didn't do much of it when I was in school, really, because we weren't really into it then, but I know it really helps. It really helps. And then sometimes, if you don't really understand something and you have a colleague that understands something more, and then you guys talk about it and they help you, that really helps and all that. Even though there are sometimes, maybe because they've changed the timetable, that one can be crazy. You're expecting something, maybe the ending of next week, the timetable comes out and you're like, oh my god. Sometimes you can almost lose it because you're like, what am I going to read? How am I going to read? How am I going to read? Sometimes that one can be, because sometimes for that one, the thing that really used to help me is prayer. I'll pray. Yes, I'll pray and then I'll calm down. And then even if it's seriously down. So it is what Jack walking and then I always pray for direction in what to read.
Yes,
because there's no point you have a syllabus like this and then you don't know what to read. So there are times when I'm led to a particular thing, and then I read it and all that. And
that one works. I can't forget why. I think we had maths and economics or something like that. I think I remember going to chapter 17, I am child, something like that, and it was labor, and that one helped me. God, I still think he helps me. Honestly, it helps to pray for direction. And then sometimes remember we can always start early.
Because I just have to pick up from there. I was just thinking, like you said, how then if you have like 2 courses on the same day, how do you get to read them? If you hadn't been studying those things, there's just no point. Because I can remember having to maybe I have exam 8 to 10, another 10 to 12. I know there's no time to read in between, and I haven't been reading, and what am I even going to read? Even the thought is going to destabilize me.
And you can't cramp everything into your head.
And even if you say you want to say, okay, let me read 1 hour of let's say philosophy 101 and 1 hour of, by the time you read the second, if you hadn't read at all, what you just read would have just flied away. You can't just put that much information in your head.
There's some people that used to actually rely on the good old chips. I don't know how that works now.
Chips?
Yes, chips.
What kind of chips?
See. People used to accuse people of doing chips. It's not every time that you actually use chips that you intend to carry chips into the. No, seriously, you have to give some benefit of doubt. Sometimes who have photographic memories, they may not be able to capture all the information on the text, the text themselves. So once you just put one small cruncher inside the mirror and they'll not be remembering, but when you intend to carry it into the hole,
I can remember when I was in
that's what they
secondary
even call
school.
flashcards. Some people use flashcards.
Someone took a whole modern biology textbook. I'm not joking. Anyone that was like, I don't remember. He took it inside and then he was looking at pages. And how will they not catch you? Like, how smart are you?
How dumb.
How dumb.
But I want us to look at multitasking in a general overview. I understand that it means technically doing something at the same time, but what about in our daily lives and relationships, and being friends to people and being a mother, being a wife, being a student,
being an entrepreneur at the same time,
being an entrepreneur, making money,
being a worker and doing PP,
exactly, working in a company and doing your own personal thing.
Exactly.
So how do we make this work as women?
I remember the semester I had all A's, and I did 8 courses. That was the same semester I had to travel to Ibadan to shoot a movie.
I'm
telling you, yes.
appeared in a movie.
Yes, so it was 10 years ago, and it was an international one.
You know that way.
Yes, so I'm a star. I've been the movie star. I don't know what it happen to me. But seriously, I had to. It is amazing the kind of things that can happen when you pray.
Yeah.
That was the same semester that somehow I would just read the right things. I wanted to write past questions. It was just, I think we just need to understand that there's nothing that we can actually do without God.
Sure.
We can't, because I thought to myself, I kept on thinking to myself, I told my mom that I really have to travel for this thing, and it was an opportunity, and she said, how can you travel a week before your exams? Then another thing, I think they did that traditional moving exams by 2 weeks. So immediately I came back, I now had 2 more weeks again to prepare. All that, nasty good. So I think all together we can pray and then prepare early.
Yeah. And then there are some things that you just need to be honest with yourself. If you have too many things going at the same time, it could just mess things up for you. So that you just
can't
need
handle
to
too much.
Exactly. You just need to be honest with yourself and know what exactly you can handle. Like someone now in the office, in the office, you have so much to do, and someone comes and brings a side deal, do this one. Honestly, that if I bring this on, it would. But because sometimes you may feel you need the money.
So that means some of us, we need to learn the most liberating word in the whole wide world.
And that is
I hope my tailor is listening. I know, because
they will take on this second, that
and then they disappoint. Like, I don't understand. Tailors really need to sit together and have a tailor's conference.
No, deliverance session from the spirit of saying yes.
Yes.
When you know you have,
and it goes for students too. You have classes. You have to get a worker in fellowship. Your boyfriend is there. You want to go and you are doing modeling by the side, or you want to be on a TV series. You just have to be honest and look at what exactly is most important for you at this time.
Your education is the most important thing at this time.
Just in case you don't know. Just in case you don't know.
Because every other thing will fall into place. Fine, maybe there are some times you'll be able to do some things without it interfering with school and all that, but the most important thing right now is for you to concentrate and finish. And if you believe that those other things are more important, then maybe you should go to part-time DLIs, all these things. So
there's a wisdom behind it.
Yes,
because I know everyone lives in the fast lane. Now Taiwo, when we're in school too, we're coming to him like a fan.
You understand?
For auditions, remember? So
altogether, I think as students and whoever you are, really, as a wife, whoever, a husband, I think the important thing is to always prioritize. Know what's most important. Ensure that one is not traded off for anything. Do as much as you can, and don't die. Don't come and die.
That's such an awesome way to end. Don't die.
All right, ladies.
I have to leave.
And we'll be back next week, and yes, we'll be approaching something very red, something very lovely,
something very aromatic,
and
you can follow us on Twitter at girlfriends006, and you can go to our Facebook page and like us and have a conversation with us. That one is Girlfriends on Radio, our Facebook page. So let's continue the conversation about multitasking, and then since we're going to talk about love next week, let's start having your views and all that.
So it's at Girlfriends006
Twitter, and then Girlfriends on Radio,
Facebook
page. Yes.
All right.
We also have a blog. Bye.